the court, basically because of a restraining order. My son's father filed against me maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago or a week or so ago when he flew here from Georgia to California to file a restraining order against me. And we have to go to court on the 15th. So that's like next Thursday, I believe, at around like 9 a.m. So we have to go to family court. And every time I think about it, I get agitated a little bit because it's just like a waste of my time because I got so many other things that I would prefer to be doing. And I have so many other meetings and things like that. And it's just, I got so much going on that it's just like, it's just a waste of my time. Um, but I was going over like some court documents and stuff like that earlier today. And I was like, you know what, this would be a good day to talk about how people who are abusive tend to use the court system as one of their manipulative tactics to punish someone that survived their abuse or left them in the midst of them manipulating, because it's a lot of people who've been in relationships with people who maybe have been verbally abusive or financially abusive. And it wasn't until I moved to California and I started going to counseling that I started realizing that in my relationship with my son's father, there was a lot of verbal abuse there. And I knew I was like, I knew he was doing it, but it wasn't like I wouldn't clap back sometimes, you know what I mean? Because we all know how to be verbally abusive to people. And I remember saying to his ex-wife when I was talking to her on the multiple occasions I talked to her, I was always saying like, he is like so verbally abusive. Like it's terrible. Like he says some of the cruelest things. He's so cruel and mean, right? And she's like, I know, right? He says like some stuff he says is just off the wall. Makes you want to just like hit him. You know what I mean? It's like he always tries to provoke you with the things that he says. And so when I got here in California and I started doing counseling and I started explaining to the women at the counseling office and stuff like that, the things that I was going through, and they start listening me, teaching me the different forms of abuse. I didn't even realize that I was being abused in a different way because I was so used to believing that abuse was just physical abuse or like sexual abuse. And I had been used to that in my family, right? Sexually abused, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, just abuse in general, right? Anything under the abuse umbrella I had experienced in my childhood. So when I got older, for some reason, the only abuse that stood out to me was the physical and the sexual abuse. Because I guess, you get scars from that are harder to heal, I want to say. But when you're going through like like
God damn. Oh shit. Boy. Y'all can hear me now, can't you? Press one. Okay. Oh man, I forgot to do my mic check. I didn't have myself on the panel. That's why. Yeah, that's why you heard the video. I made sure I, got that playing. I was trying to, what I'm saying, cue everything else up. Yeah, that's what you got to go through. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. But I'm gonna keep playing it. Basically, I was saying that it's funny. You know what I'm saying? This bitch is making herself the uh, the uh, the victim in this shit. It's real funny, really funny. You know, this bitch gonna go to court playing like she the victim, and all this time she's been the motherfucker agitator. Okay, let's keep it rolling.
like verbal abuse or legal abuse or a different kind of
Nah, she's making up shit. Legal abuse. I told you she makes up shit to fit her bullshit.
it doesn't leave a scar, you kind of don't even realize that you're being abused. So when I was explaining my relationship to the counselors while I was still pregnant when I first got here, and I was telling them what happened, it was like, oh my God, you was getting abused in that relationship and don't even know. Right? And I was like, nah, like they had to explain it to me. And
Yeah,
so
you was getting
one thing
verbally abused because he told you wash your ass. Okay. Wow.
that he's continuing to do now is now he's starting to do legal abuse. And oftentimes when you've been abused
Now he's trying to do legal abuse. He need to do legal abuse on your ass with a fucking bar of soap to knock you upside the head with.
yourself, you don't even realize when you abuse somebody else. When you use the court system as a tactic to hurt someone. Now, for those of you who don't know, you should know. But if you don't know,
well, you see me a fake ass system deceased. You did the same thing, Sans Ray. You ain't no better. You did legal abuse to me. Even though I know the shit was some bullshit that you made up.
I am living in a hotel. I've been living here for 5 months.
You've been living in a hotel all your fucking life. You ain't shit, dry crack face bitch. You've been living in a hotel all your fucking life. No, it's more than 5 months. You might as well add up all the fucking time that your regular ass been in the motherfucking hotel. All your fucking life. 80% of your life, Sansray, you've been in a hotel.
Be 6 months, June 1st. And the year before that, I was living in my car. And there was a time where I was homeless before, where when I first moved here, I was like still pregnant with my son, and I raised $10,000 to move here to California. And I'm doing a lot better than I was doing 5 months ago. I feel a lot better. I'm a little bit more financially stable. I'm making more social media on social media. I'm making more money on social media. And the donations that people have given me to stay stable inside of this apartment, inside of this hotel, has been like amazing. It's just like the positive.
Now y'all heard all this bitches going all over the fucking place again. She take you for a head spin with this bullshit, man. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. She always sit here and bring in some shit that ain't got shit to do with the fucking topic.
Positive feedback I get from people is just unbelievable. Like, I didn't understand how much I inspired people until it came time for me to really just start asking for donations, because people just started sending me emails, giving me notes to tell me to keep pushing forward, just inspiring me and just letting me know that they understand what I'm going through. So I have finally reached my $25,000 limit. So I have raised $25,000, and most of that has come through donations. And a lot of that money has been used towards just food, the hotel, clothing for my son, toys for my son. People have bought stuff for my son off of his Amazon wish list, in order for me to get anything that got to do with my health, or to get anything that has to do with like toiletries, just necessities that we need. You guys really came through for me. So thank you very much, because I say this all the time, it's very difficult to save, to move, and pay to live in a hotel at the same time. So I've been here for a while, and I really would like for this month to be my last month here. So I'm trying to raise my last $6,000 to get out of here and just move.
Now, this bitch that tried to raise $12,000, $2,000, $505, Now this bitch is trying to motherfucking raise $6,000. Really, bitch? Why don't you go out there and work for that $6,000? You'll have it in 3 months. Trust me.
Move into an apartment and start my life over, and then I'm going to start my
start your life over. Then you go right back homeless. Then you come right back to YouTube, the worst place on earth, and start begging again. Yeah, that's the plan, y'all. That is the plan. You go ahead and get this money that was donated, the $6,000 that was donated, go right into a house, lose that house, come back to YouTube crying, talking about, oh, no, y'all. This time is very different from last time and the time before that and the time before that.
401c, through my 501c, to start me some type of nonprofit for autism support, because there's just not enough resources for people who are raising children with autism, and it's not enough resources for children who are not children, but adults who are over 21 with autism. The ones that can't work, the ones that they're just profound autistic, or they are level 3 autistic, like my son. And once he gets 21, it's not going to be enough resources for him, because the state will cut off Medicaid for autistic people who, are over 21. And so I just want to start maybe putting forth some type of energy towards creating facilities for people who are adult and autistic, basically living facilities. Because just looking at the way that the world is headed, especially with like Trump cutting Section 8. He's cutting Section 8. I've never been on Section 8 before, but I know that the list in California is 14 years long, and Trump is trying to cut like at least 60% of it. Well, I want to say at least 40% of it, maximum 60% of it, because he's trying to um, get people to work, and he's basically just like Section 8 needs to be for people who are elderly and disabled, and I agree. I do agree with that. But what's going to happen is a lot of the people who are on Section 8 right now, they're going to end up in jail. That's what's going to end up happening. The homeless shelters are already full. But now it's going to be like an overflow of homeless shelters and overflow of crime and all types of stuff. So it's about to get real ugly if that bill is passed. It hasn't been passed yet, but if it is, it's going to be a hard situation. So as we're going through the transitional process, just me going through the transitional process of my life of living like this life where I wasn't by myself with my kids. It was just me, and my mom was there for me. So my son was like significantly younger. So excuse me. So it was kind of easier to watch him when he was like a baby, kind of like, I think it's a little harder now that he's like 7, because it's just different. Now he's not like running around and doing all of the crazy stuff he was doing that like toddlers do with the terrible twos, you know. He's outgrown that stuff. He has another set of things that he's doing. It's just like, oh my God. Like, you're a lot. But people have definitely shown out for me, and I just want to say thank you for people, to people, and I want you guys to continue to keep me in your prayers. If you cannot donate, I would appreciate it if you please do donate so I can pay for my room tomorrow, and as well as continue to save to move out of here, because June 1st, I want to be out of here. I don't want to be in the hotel anymore. I would like to be in a stable environment. Not to say this isn't stable, but a more stable environment for my son to grow up in. So I would appreciate it if you can donate to us. It could be $5, it could be $10. It doesn't matter. I tell you guys all of the time, even if you feel like it's all you got. People have given me $1.25 before. Listen, don't overthink it, okay? Because whatever God has for me, God has for me. And if he puts that in your heart, even if it's, listen, give Sauce a $1, it's fine. It accumulates because it's a lot of y'all and it's only one of me. Okay, so when you know it's a team effort, it's a lot of money, and I get it fast.
Oh, okay. You want some team effort. Okay. Well, God told me to tell you to hit the motherfucking fig, bitch. He said your closed mouth won't get fed until you hit the fig. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think that's what you need to do, Sansa Ray. You just need to go ahead and hit the fig. It's open 24 hours. Matter of fact, you ain't got to fill out no application, bitch. You ain't got to fill out no application. You just show up. And you see, God said you will get that 6,000 in 6 days if you show up at the fig. Somebody go tell her that in the chat. Say SGL said God told him to tell you to hit the fig.
I haven't really been like asking for donations as much, because I did say once I got my first Facebook check, I was going to kind of like pull away from asking for donations for the room, because people have done so much. So that's what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. I've really just been, making my own money, and it's been pretty dope. I'm thinking about buying a heat press so that I can make shirts for autistic awareness community and sell those, and that will be able to help me make more money and start getting me back on track with my social media money and side businesses and stuff like that. I do want a job, but Lord, it's just like hard to find one. And I think also with it being difficult to find one, it's just hard to find one that's remote also and that pays enough.
The fig is remote. Just tell her the fig is remote. It's remote. You come anytime you want. You clock in anytime you want, Sansa Ray. Matter of fact, you won't even want to be docked when you're late. Just say it.
Money for me to be able to afford living where I live and also me having enough time to spend with my son, because I don't want to go back to the days where I was just excessively working my ass off and not spending time with my family and my kids, or dating or anything, or not doing nothing with my life. And so this year, me and my kids are like going out every weekend, because we spent years not doing shit, but going to like the park maybe. And then last year when I lived in my car, it made me take a longer look at my life. And I was like, I hadn't really been doing anything. So I just drove around California and saw how beautiful it was. And I just did DoorDash and drove around, California, and took my kids to the beach and different places, and just slept in the car sometimes, slept in a hotel sometimes. And I just got to look at my life very differently. Like the way I see my life now and the person that I used to be, it's like very different. And maybe some of you guys can see the difference in me, but most of you don't know me personally, so you don't know how different I've changed since before. You know what I mean? Like I'm very, very different. I will try to be a little bit more open about and transparent about my life in a way to where people can understand me more, because that's really what I've been trying to do. Because I feel like a lot of times when I talk about anything I'm talking about, a lot of people just don't understand, or it's not entertaining enough, or they don't get all of the information, or maybe I don't know. I just feel like I'm not communicating enough or effectively, and I just want to get better at that. Like I feel like I'm not, I haven't been good at it lately. So anyway, um, but as we're talking about the court system here, because I got to go to court next week, and it's just like a waste of my motherfucking time. Because at the end of the day, the truth is, I don't care if my son's father is awarded a restraining order by the judge. I don't care, because I never had any intention on going anywhere near him anyway. At this point, it's just the principle, right? It's just like, okay, stop playing games. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. And of course, once you get a court order, you gotta go to court. Or it's like, like I didn't want to go, but it's just like, because it's a waste of my time. But I'm just gonna go off of the strength of going. You know what I mean? Because I think I should go. Just to be a responsible adult and do what I'm supposed to be doing. And even though I'm annoyed a lot, but a lot of the tactics, like weaponizing restraining orders and shit, abusers file a restraining order against victim because, and they're using like false claims right after they're being held accountable for something. And a lot of people don't understand that this is what people who are abusive do. So what I'm going to sit here and do, I'm going to explain to you the things that people who are abusive do to people that they had abused in the past, and maybe that person is a survivor and they want to punish that person. So an abuser will file a restraining order against the victim, okay, with false claims, and then and it happens right after that abuser has been held accountable for something, like being hit with a modified child support filing. Okay. For them, they believe it's going to flip the narrative, putting you in a position to now you have to defend yourself, and they look like the victim because now you're defending yourself in a way that you really wasn't initially, you know what I mean? But sometimes they put you in a position to have to defend yourself differently. So say, for instance, let me use my life as an example. When I get on social media and I talk about my story of how I was abandoned in a hotel when I was pregnant and how I'm raising my special needs son alone as a single mom, that's the narrative, right? That's what happened. That's the story. That's what it is, right? Anyone who's been around, you can see, but Captain Abandonment, from his perspective, he wants people to view him as the victim. So what he's doing is what an abuser would do. Basically, file a restraining order against someone who's not harassing them or showing up at their job or showing up at their school or showing up at their house or none of that, right? But filing a restraining order against them, stretching, what little truths that they have to try to manipulate it into something that it isn't, because I filed for child support modification. Okay. So
Once again, you see how she making this shit to be what she wanted to be? she's sitting there making this shit over some goddamn child support modification. Bitch, this is not over no damn about no goddamn child support modification. This is about 8 fucking years. Your sorry ain't shit ass been on her harassing him, his family, and his ex-wife, and also his current to-be wife. You've been doing all this bullshit for 8 fucking years. You know it. You can sit over there and play stupid if you want.
Makes him look like a victim, but it's an illusion.
No. He is a victim, bitch. Anybody that fuck with you is a fucking victim.
It's not real.
It is real. You traumatize every motherfucker you run into, Sansa Ray.
His mind, he's trying to do whatever he can to make it look real when it's not. Okay, so what he's trying to do is try to tarnish my record and drain my energy and my time. And that's the fucked up part, because it's just like, if you don't give a fuck about a person, why even bother trying to tarnish their record or drain their time or their...
That's something you need to ask yourself, bitch. You really do. I don't know what the fuck wrong with this damn mic. That's something you need to ask yourself, Sansa Ray. Because basically, that's what you're saying and doing yourself. If this man so much got erectile dysfunction, he ain't shit, he dumb as a motherfucking doorknob, why fucking talk about him and harass him for 8 years? Make it make sense.
Money. When I filed my child support modification, and then he filed a retaliatory restraining order, and that's like a textbook abuser. That's what they do. That's a tactic, and the tactics like will put intimidation in the hearts of a victim. Okay, and could possibly like financially wear down someone who kind of isn't strong enough to self-represent themselves. And to me, put it like this, it's like,
now she want to remix it again to make it what she wanted it to be. Boy, I tell you.
He thought I was weak. So he's like, let me kick her while she's down. You understand?
Well, in that case, bitch, you always down. You're never up.
You know what I'm saying? She's living in a hotel. She's on social media asking for donations. She just filed a child support modification. She doesn't have the money and power that she used to have. Now it's time to hit her hard. Here. She's probably already scared. So let me just intimidate her some more so she could stop talking about how I abandoned my son. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Abusers think like that. All right. Another tactic that a lot of abusers use is like dragging out hearings. I don't know. We haven't even got to the point where we're doing family court yet. So after this, like family court basically starts on the 15th when we go to court for the first time. But after that, we have to go to court for child support modification, and for him to lose his rights, his parental rights. And so what he'll probably try to do, as a typical abuser would do, is file like motions for continuances or make like baseless accusations. And I remember when the police used to come to my house all the time when I lived in this apartment in Dublin, they would come all the time. And they would always ask me, is your child's father trying to get custody of your son or something? Because this be the shit that they be doing when, they want to get custody of their children. And I was like, no, he's not trying to get custody. Like, but they were like, they tell us to come do welfare checks or try to make it seem like you're a bad parent or whatever the fuck, so they could get like custody of your kid. And I'm like, well, he doesn't want custody. You know what I mean? He told me to put my kid up for adoption. He doesn't want him. And he says it all of the time. So it's not, he tells other people. So that's not it. And I remember saying this to the police a lot. You know what I mean? The psychological warfare associated with it, it's like a headache, dealing with someone that you had a child with that you wasn't expecting to be this type of snake. It's psychological warfare. You understand what I'm saying? When it's a what he said versus what she said, there's not any legitimate proof there. The court, of course, is going to go with proof, but abusers try to find loopholes in it. Then there are people who like to do like parental alienation stuff, where they say you are alienating the child to interfere, or you're trying to manipulate the child to think whatever, even though they're the one being manipulative or absent. Okay. Abusers do that all of the time. Sometimes they manipulate the best interest of the child standard, like abusers act cooperative in court, but act like tyrants outside of it. You know, judges may be unaware of how they're being played. So if you're a person that's going through something similar, you have to realize that you're not alone. And that's the reason why I tell the story, because it is a recognized form of abuse and people experience it all of the time. But what you have to do as a person is document everything. And even when you document everything, whether you're keeping a journal, where you're saving emails, texts, court documents, whatever it is, you still have to factor in that there's a possibility that your abuser will try to manipulate their journal or emails or texts or court documents. So if they go to the court with this 200-page packet, like they did me, the 200-page packet with these screenshots of the videos that I done, manipulating it, making it seem like, oh, she's done 200-page packet worth of harassment. And if you don't go to the judge and say, okay, let's look over this packet.
Now, y'all see how she see this shit funny? Y'all see how she's seeing that this shit funny? Oh, let me go to the court with the 200-page package and say this is harassment, which it is, Sasha, right? Yeah, 200-page packet that you motherfucking wrote in 8 fucking years, Sasha, right? That's all you. So you mean to tell us that it's no harassment up in there? That's what you're trying to say? Oh, shit.
Here's what's in this packet, and here's how my abuser is manipulating what's inside of this packet. You have to like speak up for yourself. And like I said earlier, it's like unfortunate because you don't, personally, I just don't have time to be defending myself in court against a deadbeat who doesn't take care of his kids. You know what I mean? Like this, like for any woman, that's like annoying. It's like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time for that shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Steel jaw. Let's go over one by one. Matter of fact, I don't even know why I'm about to.
Right. Shouts out to Steel Jaw. How is he an abuser if he just wants you to leave him alone? It started with the cease and desist, and you would not stop. Now it's escalated to a restraining order. Facts. Now watch what she say here. Just watch her.
About to address this.
Right.
But
you're not going to address it because it's the fucking fact. You fucking coward. It's a fucking fact.
I think regardless to how I answer this question, because I've answered all of these questions plenty of times in plenty of live streams before today.
See how she
so I know that you're trolling.
No.
Because if you could even say any of this, you've been watching my ass.
No. You deflected. What the fuck you doing? You dry crack face bitch. Then y'all show y'all what he said. Hold on. Fuck. Oh shit. My fault, y'all. Hold on. He said something that's motherfucking true. Then she sit here and want to deflect and get mad. Hold on. I see it for yourself. How is he an abuser if he just wants you to leave him alone? It started with the cease and desist. I mean, cease and desist, and you would not stop. Now it's escalated to a restraining order. Now she about to call him all types of fuck boys, manosphere niggas, all that shit. Excuse me, all that type of shit. All righty. Let me see. Scroll some more.
So you just being an idiot in my comment.
Oh, he an idiot
so
now.
Just like, what?
Yeah.
So this person too. This person here. Another
So
troll. You
an
see what I'm saying?
abuser
Like, I want
files
to
a
have
restraining order.
conversations with
Right.
people who actually paying attention when I do a live stream and actually know how to.
I told you, she's sitting here making this bullshit the way what she wants to make it, and it's not making no fucking sense. And I got a feeling this dumbass bitch gonna go in the courtroom and try to pull that shit off. But I got a surprise for her. I got a real big surprise for her.
To have real dialogue with me. And if you've been paying attention to any of the live stream I've done, you wouldn't be asking these stupid questions. These are not new people. These are people trying to troll.
That's not trolling, Sanctuary.
So anyway, listen to this. I don't bother him. I don't know where he lives. I don't know his phone number. I don't know where he works. I don't care. I don't care what he's doing.
That's a lie.
No version of his life am I interested in.
That's a lie.
When I share my story, he doesn't like when I share my story.
Because you're lying.
Because he is so fucking vain. He thinks my stories have something to do with him when it has to do with my life and the women that I'm trying to help.
No. You keep mentioning that man's name and posting this fucking picture, you dumbass. You know what the fuck you're doing. You know just what the fuck you doing. Because if somebody doing the same to you, you're going to be doing the same motherfucking thing. Just because motherfucker talk about you. Oh, he's harassing me. Motherfucker, go look at your posts. Oh, you're stalking me. That's her version of stalking and harassing. Motherfuckers ain't never met this bitch. Oh, he's a stalker.
There's nothing to do with him. Who the fuck cares what he's doing? Okay, no one cares about that. What's being said here is, ladies, here's my experience. Okay, listen to what I went through. Listen to the red flags that I ignored. Listen to what happened to me and make sure you don't become that woman. It's not about him, but he's so vain and so conceited that he thinks when I'm talking about my experience that it's about him, because he wants everything I do to be about him. All right, that's number one. Number two, a fake cease and desist was sent to me. It wasn't a real one. It was some fake one. And I even contacted whoever it was that sent it to me, and they never returned my calls. This was sent to me in 2022. I found out it was just some fake troll sending me a fake cease and desist. And there is not a copy of the fake decent cease and desist in this 200-page packet
it's
that
in
was
there.
supposedly given to the judge. It's not in here.
Yes, it is.
I asked for it.
Okay. Well, you're gonna see.
So
you're gonna see when you go to court.
Magical cease and desist y'all talking about.
There ain't no magical.
Not
nah,
real.
It's real.
So for me, my thing is, if a cease and desist was sent to me, I still would countersue. It wouldn't matter. I would still tell my story. It wouldn't matter. You know why?
Now you know this bitch is dumber than fucking dumb. This bitch talking about I countersue. You mean you would counter it? You know, and which you really can't counter it because it has the motherfuckers the flat out. You know what I'm saying? What you know what I'm saying need to do. That's it. The system cease and desist is basically a warning, Sansa Ray. That's what the fuck it is.
Because it's my story. It don't have nothing to do with him.
You keep mentioning his name. You keep mentioning his name, dumbass. Go on and keep playing motherfucking stupid. Go on and keep playing fucking stupid if you want. Your dumb ass gonna be right behind the motherfucking bars, bitch. I don't know what happened. All I said is watch. Shit, she thought she had snot coming out of her motherfucking nose and crying because she ain't had no motherfucking where to go when she was in Atlanta. Shit, watch this bitch motherfucker be locked the fuck up.
Or the multiple interviews that he did before I even got to the point of writing a book.
And you did more interviews as well. You ain't no motherfucking different.
Or before 2022 even got here. he was doing multiple interviews on social media, and I have proof of those interviews that he did, and proof of the channel he had up where he posted all of our private text messages and all of the things that he did before I even got to the point to start telling everyone the truth about our situation. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, it hasn't escalated to a restraining order. The restraining order is in retaliation for me filing child support modification. And the reason why I know this is because his partner emailed me and showed her frustration and how irritated she was by the fact that I was filing child support modification. Okay. So I had to give proof of that happening. That's how I know that. Think about it. I've been talking about.
See, your dumb ass gonna take that child support modification story in there, and regardless of how much it is, if you get it, if you fucking don't, bitch, it ain't got nothing to do with the topic in hand. To stop talking and fucking with these folks. If you're gonna sit there and file a modification, go ahead and do it. You regular face, crack face bitch. That's all the fuck you gotta do. You trying to go in there, oh, Judge, he's doing this just because I'm modifying his child support. No. That whole fucking booklet, that the 200 booklet that you keep on laughing about, that all that shit that you didn't type and said verbally, they're gonna motherfucker be able to show that shit, Sans Ray. You know that. So go in and play in that motherfucker courtroom playing stupid if you want to. The judge gonna show you how stupid he gonna get with your ass. Yeah, can y'all believe this dumb ass bitch?
My story for 7 years before. What's her name again? What's this lady name again? What I call her? Hood Booger Hyena came around, which had to be like 3 years ago. So why now you want to do this? Oh, I know why. Because now I'm finally filing for child support modification. Before that, you didn't come fly across the country to file a restraining order the fucking 7 years I was doing this before. So why now? It's like, oh, you know what I mean? No, it's retaliatory. Okay. It is kind of suspicious. It is kind of suspicious because, and let me explain why. At the end of the day, right, to me, it's not a very good tactic.
Oh, it ain't? If this was happening, this is not what's happening, though.
When you go to family court, they give a fuck about your presence in your child's life. He's literally been nowhere near our son. He's never met our son. And the only thing I care about is our son.
No, you don't. No, you don't. This is all about you. That's what the fuck is about. And it seemed like homeboy over there caping for, Tony Lane over on Facebook. And he don't know the whole fucking story. Maybe Tony Lane need to come over here and hear the real deal. See, we allow people on panels to state their claims, Sans Ray, as you know. Yep. So you can't do that over there because just like she did that question, you know what I'm saying? She tried to bypass it, but she thought all the time. She thought of a quick lie, how she could spin that shit. And she just did. And it still didn't make no sense, though.
Meanwhile, he openly admits he doesn't care about our son. He tells his partner that. His partner has told people this. His partner told my sister that. It's proof she's telling my sister that. It's proof she's told me that. It's proof he's told other people this, right? It's proof of it. It's not like I just say it. It's everywhere, right? But when I get on social media and I say he's Captain Abandonment, he doesn't take care of his kids, somehow that's an issue. You're telling everybody that. You've been telling everybody that. So when I say, why is it a problem when I say you're a piece of shit, you don't want to take care of your kids? Why is it a problem? Oh, she's bothering me by saying I don't want to take care of my kid. No, I'm saying exactly what you are telling people. I'm not lying about you. It's not defamatory. It's not slander. It's not libel. It's not any of that shit. So what you mad for? Why are you mad? For what? So for me, it's like at the end of the day, it's about control. It don't have nothing to do with any of that. He just wants to control me. And because he can't, it's frustrating.
Who the fuck want to control you? You ain't capable of doing shit. You can't do shit. You don't want to fucking work. You don't want to clean. You don't want to fucking cook. Who wants to control your sorry ass? See how she making this shit up? Somebody wants to control her. This bitch is worthless, useless, and somebody wants to control her.
You know what I mean? I won't allow him to control me. He can't. So it doesn't matter if we go to court or not. He still will never be able to control me, and justice will still be his son regardless. It won't matter. You understand what I'm saying? It won't matter. So my thing is, everyone in this type of situation where it's like family court abuse, things like that, whatever, manipulators will try to use the court system to make you out to look like you're something that you're not. And this has happened to me before. That's how I can recognize it. Let me explain. And I think I was talking about this yesterday. Like somebody brought this up yesterday. I've been in abusive relationships before where I was getting physically beat, right? Not just verbally beat, or my partner's a former partner is using legal abuse and manipulation tactics.
Okay, maybe you need to get your ass beat the fuck again. You know, because if you notice some, the ones that was beating her ass, you know, she don't talk about them.
I was manipulated in the whole relationship with my son's father. So I'm not surprised that he's using similar manipulation tactics. It's a pattern. Once you learn.
Once again, Sansray, that shit sounds good, but it's not adding up, and it's not fucking true, bitch. Who the fuck wants to manipulate you? What are you good for? Seriously, what this bitch good for? To manipulate about? Nothing.
Learn how someone abuses and someone manipulates and lies, you can pick up on when they're doing something like that. But if you're a person on the outside looking in, you're not going to recognize the shit because you haven't experienced the person manipulating you. I started noticing a pattern when he and I was together of him doing shit that was weird. Like it was like creepy. And
so he was doing all this weird shit, all this manipulation tactics, but yet and still, as soon as you get your sorry ass to Northern California, you get to making a goddamn video talking about if he wants to stay with Sedonia, crying out your ass, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, stay with Sedonia. If Sedonia they want to be together, they go ahead and be together. Why even make a video like that? Why? See, that's the curveballs you need to throw at them. Seriously. Instead of asking the same ass shit, because you know what she's going to do. She's going to deflect, call you dummy, and block you. Throw curveballs at her like that.
Started noticing the pattern of how he was behaving, and I was just like, something is just not right with this dude. And when he finally broke things off, where he was just like, I want to sleep with women at my job. I got feelings for my ex. I don't know how I feel about you or whatever, right? I was thinking in my head, like, you a really screwed up motherfucker. If you think it makes sense for you to come to a woman who's pregnant with your child, someone you've been living with and in a relationship with for months, to tell her that you want to sleep with other women and you want to sleep with your ex while she's pregnant, you're telling her this. You don't care about her condition. You don't care about her mental health. You don't care about anything. And then right after that, you do a YouTube channel where you post all of her private text messages.
No. You're skipping a lot of shit. You skipped, you know what I'm saying, where you came on her crying. You ain't had nowhere to go. Snot coming out your goddamn fucking nose. He a bitch nigga. And then you got to telling everybody the story. Then he made a channel.
Between the two of you, which is something she's never done. It's not like this is like she was posting your text messages and then you did it. She never posts your text messages. You just flat out did it.
But you still made a post about him. And you were still talking about his ex-wife and her kids before he made the channel. See how she leaving out shit? She keep leaving that out if she wants to. Because it's going to be a surprise for her ass. Oh, yeah.
Private text messages with this woman. And then told the world the secrets of your relationship that she had not even shared herself. Then you go on this clearing my name tour, interviewing or doing a whole bunch of podcasts and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Say you was doing more.
You do all that. You're trying to manipulate everyone to believe something you're not.
No. He told his side of the story, Sansaray. His side of the story made way more sense and filled in a lot of the bullshit and a lot of the lies that was going on that you were coming on here saying, Sansaray. You know that. He didn't have to manipulate us. He sat there and told his motherfucking side of the story. What's wrong with that? You came on this motherfucker, told your side of the story.
You know damn well who you are and how fucked up you are, right? All this is happening, and I'm seeing part of the relationship. He was manipulative and lying, and now after we're over, he's manipulative and lying. It's weird. I'm seeing the pattern, and I'm seeing what he's doing. And I'm thinking to myself, I remember the last physical altercation I got in with a man. I was like 32, and he was abusive. And he had been abused when he was a kid. So when he abused me, I should have known. But I was abused as a kid. So as I'm like realizing I'm 33 and I'm still choosing men who are abusive, let me stop doing it. I never dated a man that put me through another physical abuse relationship again. But here I was with my son's father choosing another man who was abusive, but abusive in a completely different way. In a completely different way that I didn't even understand until I got to California and went through counseling. When I was younger, I think I was like, I don't know, I can't remember how old I was. Maybe I was like 28 or some shit. I think the guy I was dating, he used to be abusive as shit, and we like broke up. And so when we were together, we had like built a lot of business relationships, right? And when we built those business relationships, we were dealing with the same people. So as we were breaking up, I had to explain to people what was happening with us. And when I would tell people the story of what happened with us, he would get pissed because he didn't want people to believe.
What the fuck did it has to do with what's going on now? Nothing. Nothing at all. You sitting here throwing this story in to manipulate motherfuckers. Like, oh, see, that's the same tactic that he used. No, okay.
That he was as abusive as he was. And so we're broken up or whatever. So I remember one day I was like driving down the street and he lived up the street from me. So he wasn't far. And I had just bought this like brand new truck. It was like a brand new like Ford SUV or some shit
You mean Kathy bought it? Oh, okay.
like that. And it had a orange star button. It's just brand new. Pay for it in cash. My mother had paid for it in cash.
Right. But
And
you
so
just bought it. But you just bought it. Uh-huh.
I am driving down the street. I go to the Quick Trip. I get to the Quick Trip. I park the car.
Okay, I'm getting ready to skip through this bullshit. Look at her. Look at this sorry face, crack face ass bitch. Because she's about to regurgitate this story over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? How she got her ass beat. You know? Boy. I tell you. Let me fast forward through this bullshit.
we had an abusive relationship and blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah.
your side. And I tell her, and she's like, well, listen, I think y'all two just need to stay away from each other. I'm not going to give him a restraining order. I'm not going to give you a restraining order. I need you two to just stay away from each other. And I'm like, I'm trying. He followed me. It ain't like I follow him. He followed me. But she was just making it seem like, well, she must have talked to him. Now, I don't know if she didn't say she talked to him. She was just like, I'm not giving him one. Just make sure that you stay away from each other. So, because see, to me, in my mind, I think she was thinking, well, he's following a restraining order, she's following a restraining order. So clearly they must want to just stay away from each other. Because when you're a judge, you don't really know. You can only go with what you're working with instantly in your face. It ain't been a solid 24 hours. So she's going off of whatever she's figured out in the past couple of hours. I eventually did see him again, but the times after that, he was different.
You want to know why? Because your sorry ass wasn't around. That's why. You're a fucking leech.
Like he was like calmer, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, I believe he was. Because your sorry ass wasn't around.
was just different. I don't know. I don't know what happened. He kind of, I don't know. I guess he came to his senses or something. I don't know. Anyway, he was fine after that. And then we saw each other a couple more times and we haven't had an issue since. And that was when I was like 27, 26, some shit like that. Maybe 29. 28. 28. I was 28. So yeah, right. So it's still there though. Right. If you go look, like if you look up my stuff, I've been like anything that got to do with court, I think it's probably still there. I haven't looked. It's I think it might still be there. So it says that he filed, but it doesn't say that he got it. And then you might see my traffic violations or like I do toll violations a lot. Oh my God. I hate paying fucking tolls. And my daughter, like when she was driving my car, she was getting a lot of parking shit. So it's a lot of parking violations and shit like that. But outside of that, I don't have like a criminal record or anything. So yeah, that shit. That was the first time I ever had like someone filed a restraining order against me and didn't deserve it, and they didn't get it. So I mean, you know what I mean? The judge didn't give it to them. So, so this time around, and someone came into my chat yesterday asking me about that restraining order. So I don't think I ever sat down and really told the story about that years ago when it happened when I was like 28. But yeah, I was like in an abusive relationship with someone, and he was like awful. He was just abusive across the board. Like he used to cheat on me with like models and stuff. He was bad for me. He was so bad. Like he was fine at first, but then like time he got bad. Anyway, that's what happened with that. But that's what abusers do. Abusers try to that's not true. Don't make up your own lies. Don't come here with bullshit. Please do not come here with bullshit, making up your own lies and shit in my chat. I hate.
Yeah. They over there telling her the truth again. That's what I told y'all. Them motherfuckers, man, they see past our bullshit. Like, man, this shit don't even sound right, bitch. It really doesn't. Motherfucker beat your ass, then he run to the courthouse. Hey, I gotta get a restraining order. In that case, they should have beat your ass to the fucking concrete, there, bitch. For real.
Hate that shit. The clerk will be able to see it. How else would I have found out about it? That was the only way I could find out about it. It was only a couple of hours later. The clerk sitting at the desk found out and told me, don't try.
No, I stopped lying. That shit got filed, Sansaray. You know it. You got filed and you got served. That's how I was able to surface. Because other than that, if it just had been a temporary, it wouldn't have reached the records to be, shown to the public. You know it. She knows it. Like I said, she made up this story to sound good in her favor.
Try to make up your own little version of the story. Don't do it because you was not there. Don't do that shit.
Yeah, we wasn't there, but we sent on the goddamn paper what it said. The shit that you saying that he doing, that's the shit that was on paper that you were doing. Come on now. But you sit here, oh, he was the abuser for real. That wasn't me that was trying to run him down with the car. That was him trying to run me down with the car. Come on, fuck up out of here.
Shit, I hate when y'all do that. I do not like when y'all try to lie or try to tell the story like you was there. You weren't there. I'm telling you my.
Nah, motherfuckers weren't there, but they ain't fucking stupid, Sasha Ray. That's what the fuck he trying to tell you.
Experience. Exactly, to a T. I'm not making shit up. I'm not pulling it out of my ass. I'm telling you what actually happened. Period. You're always trying to make me out to be a villain. That's the problem with y'all.
Nah, that's the problem with yourself.
It's the problem with you fucking liars.
Nah, that's
I was trying to make it seem like, you always want to take a woman's strength from her, a woman's voice.
There you go. There you go. A woman's. This ain't about no motherfucking black woman, bitch. It's about your ain't shit ass.
We survive shit. We talk about the shit.
See, she want to use the black woman now. Look at her. Look at her sorry ass. Somebody say it's a Steve Cooch form of abuse. Leave it to the line experts. You're right. Oh my God, boy! I tell you, this is a sorry ass bitch right here.
Shit, we survive, and the first thing y'all try to do is take her voice from her because that's where she got power at. Y'all like to hide.
Bitch, you ain't got power as shit because you had power as something. Bitch, you wouldn't be in that fucking hotel right now. Fuck up out of her.
When people are abusing women and beating women and abandoning children, that's okay.
Nah, it's not okay. Nah, it's not okay. You put yourself in that situation, bitch. Fuck up out of her. Oh, I'm in a hotel because I was abused 8 years ago. Nah, get the fuck up out of here.
Y'all all for that. Y'all team that shit. But when a woman say, I'm not putting up with that shit, I'm done with that, y'all try to villainize her. No, this.
But you weren't done with it. You kept on for 8 years. So what that say about you?
This is what happened. The clerk did see it, and she said to me.
Right. Uh-huh.
She said to me,
uh-huh,
do I want to talk to the judge? And I said, yes, let me go talk to her now. So I'm trying to explain to them, like, I'm tired of that. Like, I tell people all the time.
She got somebody to co-sign her bullshit.
Teen deadbeat and abuser, go to the teen deadbeat and abuser side of the internet. Don't come over here with that foolishness. Because deadbeats and abusers are held accountable over here. And I'm honest about my shit for a reason. Because I'm trying to help other women come to the.
Oh my God. Here you go. You always want to help other women. Always want to help other women. Bitch, you can't even help yourself.
Forefront with their story. Okay? If this not your cup of tea, you ain't gotta be here. And I ain't talking to you, Miss Hunter, Mr. Hunter, whichever one.
Yeah, because she agreeing with your bullshit.
Hunter. No, I don't mean you. I mean people in general. Like, if you have a problem with what I post to the point where you feel like you got to sit here and piece it apart and try to make up your own version of my life so you could feel comfortable, I'm going to block your ass. Listen to what's being said. Hear what I'm saying. Hear my voice. Hear my story. Accept it or move on. That's what happened with my first restraining order. Niggas don't have to sit here and file a whole bunch of restraining orders against me because my ass, when you tell me one time to leave you the fuck alone, I'm going to leave you the fuck alone. It's not that hard.
Well, if it's not that hard, what the fuck you keep talking about the man for then? Why you keep bothering them?
The reason why Captain Abandonment is doing what he's doing has to do with the child support. It has nothing.
No, but like I said, even still, the man told you to leave him the fuck alone.
To do with him needing to be left alone. Fuck him.
And fuck you.
He abused a woman and abandoned a child. And
just because he told you to wash your ass. God damn.
Not even a woman. He does it to every woman.
Well, the woman he did it to, Sansa Ray. Why didn't they come forward?
And just because he doesn't physically abuse women doesn't mean he hasn't found other ways to abuse women. Period.
What the fuck they got to do with Sansaray? Nothing. Period.
When my son's father told me that he was still in love with his ex,
and
he didn't know how he felt about me. I didn't beg his ass to say.
You're motherfucking like, oh my God. Okay, all right.
You know what I said? Okay, come get your shit. I didn't chase him around the city. I moved 2,000 miles away from that motherfucker on purpose so we can have some motherfucking space. Okay? If I was stalking and harassing him, I would still be living in Atlanta with his ass or wherever the fuck city he's.
Nah. Because your definition. You see how her definition of stalking has changed now? If I was stalking, I'd still be in Atlanta. With a motherfucker on the internet, they sit here and call y'all. Oh, you're harassing me. You're stalking me. See how she changed it up? She know what the definition of stalking harassment is.
Gwinnett, right? Gwinnett. I would be still living in Gwinnett. I lived in Gwinnett when I was there. I would still be there. If I wanted to stalk and harass him and cared about who he was dating, where he worked, what he was doing, his family, all up and through that, I would still be there. I don't know what's going on with that dude. I don't care what's going on with that dude. I don't know him. I don't know him. I ain't been around him in like, I don't know. Wait, where is my phone? I'm over here looking for my phone. My phone right here. Okay. Yeah, every time a woman tell people, every time, especially a single mother, let a single mother say her baby daddy ain't shit or something like that. Everybody want to stomp on her not telling her story, and they don't want her to say nothing. And fuck y'all, you talk about this shit. I didn't know. I'm talking about my daughter. I didn't know. I didn't know. For the record, I have not contacted my son's father directly or indirectly since like 2019. No calls, no texts, no DM, no accidental run-ins, nothing. I live 2,000 miles away and I have zero physical contact interaction with him, period. I speak publicly about my experience as a mother raising an autistic child just so I can connect with other women navigating similar realities.
And all this fucking time, you ain't connect with no goddamn body. So stop with the bullshit.
All right? That narrative is mine to tell. It's not about me harassing him. It's about me healing, me being a part of community, and me telling the truth. Because too many of y'all be out here lying, especially when you abusing women and abandoning children. Y'all lie about that shit all the time. Okay? Listen to what's being said. I don't give a fuck what you talking about, Kim Willis, if that's even your motherfucking name. When I went to file the restraining order, this is what the clerk said to me. The clerk through the window said, a restraining order was filed against you yesterday. Okay? Do you want to see the judge about him? Because he filed one yesterday. That's all the clerk said. And I said, okay, I'll go see the judge. 10 minutes later, I'm in the judge's face. And the judge is explaining to me. I'm talking to Kim Willis, not you, Miss Hunter. To those of you who needs this explained to you again, like, are y'all deaf, hard of hearing, ignorant? Which one is it? Committed to misunderstanding? Which one is it?
All right, let me fast forward some of this shit.
These are not the people who know my story through and through or are legitimate people in my chat don't ask me shit like this. You know why?
Yeah, because they want to be dumb as you. Okay.
Because they literally been paying attention,
No.
to what I've been saying. I'm trying, Tony. I'm trying not to feel anyone who might speak sense into you. If people are out here telling you, don't date this person is bad for you, don't do this, they try to distance you from that person, isolate you from those people. Then they'll try to guilt trip you. After all I've done for you. And they try to make you feel bad about protecting yourself. Even though they've been abusing you the whole motherfucking time. Lying to you the whole time, doing that triangulation shit. Dragging in third parties, exes, kids, family to create drama, jealousy, or competition. That's what abusers do. Always bringing somebody else into the situation that don't got nothing to do with it. Or they do shit like give you the silent treatment in the relationship instead of just breaking up with you. Give you silent treatment without affection.
She making this shit out what she wanted to be, which it was. That's what she's doing. Like I said, she's the small few over there that's agreeing with her. She just trying to guide him in like she's, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she's trying to help black women and all that bullshit. I ain't finna wrap my mind around all this dumb shit that she's saying. Because they ain't got shit to do with why she's still talking about this man for 8 fucking years. She wants to hear, oh, that's my story. That's all she's saying. That's my story. Bitch, if you keep saying the same story over and over for 8 fucking years, something's wrong with you.
No communication. Nothing. Which honestly, I feel like the silent treatment is something that people who are abusive should be doing.
That's what he's been doing all these years, sounds right. He's been getting used silent treatment. He ain't been paying any attention at all.
You know what I mean? Oftentimes people who are abusive, they do like blame shifting and like shift the blame on you. It's never ever their fault. Even their abuse gets pinned on your behavior. So every time someone tries to make it seem like me telling my story is a bad thing when it isn't, that's them basically shifting the blame on me for him doing all of the fucked up shit he did before I even got to this point of me having to defend myself or talk about my truths. You understand what I'm saying? I had therapy. I went to therapy. I just said at the beginning of the live stream, therapy is the reason why I realized he was abusing me. I didn't even know. I went to therapy during my pregnancy and I was explaining to my doctor what was happening inside of the relationship. And she was like, you do realize that you have normalized the type of abuse. And I was like, he was abusing me that whole time? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You get it. You probably get it because it probably happened to you. I'm sitting here, I'm in a hotel. I'm asking for donations. I'm asking for people to help me. So clearly I'm in like one of my lowest points. When I was all high up and I had all this money and I was doing good.
You still talking about him.
Not one time did he think, let me file a restraining order.
No, but you still was talking about him. Look, you see, she making it out to what the fuck she wanted to be. Oh, he didn't think the dope go do it then. Oh, okay.
It's my baby mama who's been talking about her experience with me.
No, who's been talking bad about him. Call him all types of names. Look at her with a smile on her face, with a smirk on her face.
For years now. He never thought to do that. He waited until I'm living in a hotel. I'm asking for donations. I'm at my lowest to try to kick me when I'm down.
Bitch, you always at your lowest.
This is what I said at the beginning of the live stream, right? That's what they do when they're abusive. Had a therapist not explained this to me, I would not know this. I had no idea how abusive he was until I started talking to a therapist. I was like, oh. And like I said at the beginning of the live stream, I was talking about his verbal abuse. I knew he was verbally abusive, and I was like, I could easily be verbally abusive back to him. I know what that is. Most people know how to be verbally abusive. I can tell you some shit to make you hate yourself all day. We know how to do that. So when he would do it to me, and even though I didn't like it, I was just like, okay, say another motherfucking word and watch me say something else. And then the other women he's been with say he has the same problem. Just because I'm asking, exactly. Now, here's my thing. Is he trying to hurt you deliberately? Yeah. If you are in Georgia and you're flying across the country 2,000 miles to file a restraining order against a woman you haven't seen in 8 years because she filed for modification of child support, this is deliberate. You really got to put personal energy to do that shit. You know what I mean? Listen to what's being said. Not you, Megan. Listen to what's being said. If you sit here and you're confused, listen to what's being said. The abusive part is the restraining order in general, because he's not being, no one's following him, contacting his home, working, trying to figure out where he at, showing up at places he's not supposed to go, shit like that. That's not happening. The only thing that changed, that was different from what I had been doing, was that I filed for child support modification and I finally start answering that hood booger hyena that had been stalking me for 3 years that's dating him. Those are the only two things that I've done different this year that I didn't do the years before, because I've been saying the same thing all these years. It's not like I did. What I'm like, this whole thing about him being abusive, this is not the first time I said this. I said this shit before. It's in other videos. I said it before. I mean it. I'm not joking around. I'm not playing. Listen, a common theme with me, if you just pay attention, a common theme with me is I'm always going to tell the truth about my situation. And if there's new details about situation or new information, I'll update you. But what I'm not going to do is lie about him or any other fucking man. I've never had to, never have, never will. It's no point. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to do any of that, because I'm not trying to make you guys like me. I don't care whether you guys like me or not. You know what I care about? Women not going through this shit ever again. That's what I care about. I don't want any woman to ever.
Stop lying. The fuck up out of here. You women, come on, really? Life is what it is. Motherfucker gonna deal with who the fuck they want to deal with. Who are you? You're not the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, relationship police.
Feel the pain that I felt. And I say that, and I've said it a million times in a million videos, in a million posts. I don't want women to be hurt like I was, because that shit hurt. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot. For a long time. That's how much damage was done. You understand?
Okay, let's go off of this narrative right here. If you was hurt for so long, Sasha Ray, it sounds like you don't need to be in a relationship because you don't know how to handle verbal abuse because somebody told you to wash your ass. Seriously, you don't need to be talking about jumping in no type of relationship at all, Sasha Ray. You're not fit for one. You're really not. That's why you haven't had no success in being in a relationship all these years. You know, you sit here telling us that, oh, you gonna ask a man out. No, a man supposed to ask you out, bitch. That's desperation. But you sit here, oh, I'm healed. You no, you're not. You're not.
What I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't deal with y'all trauma and y'all hurt, so you jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. I didn't do that. I said I got to be fully over my situation before I get in a relationship with a new man, because I don't want him to go through anything or to be blamed. Confirmation that I needed, because I wanted to make sure I was not tripping, because you got to be a real asshole to do something like that. You got to be a really abusive snake to do something like that. You got to be really fucked up, because that makes no sense. You got to be really just messed up in the head, have no logic whatsoever flowing through that motherfucker. for you to do something like that. And so I needed the confirmation because let me tell you something. Before I even filed for modification this year, I tried to modify last year. In the middle of us doing the modification, when I got that legal paperwork, before I even got a chance to sign it, I stopped and I thought about it. And I said, this nigga is so manipulative. I wonder what the fuck he's going to do. Because he's manipulative. And so I told the caseworker at Child Support Services, I said, let's not do this. Let me figure this out first. Let me think about it for a second. So when I finally went through with it and filed for modification this year, and I got on social media, I asked social media. I asked not because I wasn't sure, but because I wanted to see how many other women in my position would do what I did. And people was like, girl, if you don't modify that goddamn child support, it's only $200. You should have been modified that shit. I mean, everybody's been telling me that shit. And I knew I should have did it, but I was like, to some degree, protecting his ass all of this time. All of this time. To teach, to torment me and shit, come in my chat, try to defend him and shit. I'm like, you sound like an idiot too. Listen to what's being said. Like, his job, none of it. All it is pictures of videos I did, posts I made, not me reaching out to him, not me showing up at his job. None of that. That's what a restraining order is for. It's not to protect you from your ex making a video about you.
See, that's the problem. Bullshit. You're gonna find out the hard way, you dumbass.
Whether you sent a cease and desist or not. And one more time about the people in the back who ain't hear about the cease and desist. There was a gentleman who contacted me. Let's see. Let me see something. Cabin Abandonment launched a YouTube channel called Ozone Layer and started airing our private text messages. He told viewers I was his mistress trying to steal him from his wife and even questioned whether he was the father of our child, basically painting me like some random woman off the street. This is what he did while we were pregnant. I thought things were relatively civil between his estranged wife and me, especially since we had spoken privately multiple times. But when she started doing live streams and podcast interviews with popular Black manosphere red pill creators known for bashing Black women and single moms, one of them was the controversial radio personality Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor is a controversial internet.
Oh my God. That interview hasn't been done in fucking over 6-7 fucking years, Sansaray. Like, you finna sit here and say this bullshit. I told y'all she making this shit out what she wants it to be. Oh my God. Right, DC. She's so fucking delusional. Oh my God. Boy. Right. 6 years ago. 6, like more than that. That was 7 years ago. Shit. No, yeah, 7 years ago because Justice wasn't even born. All right.
Personality, filmmaker, and former radio host known for his inflammatory commentary, especially targeting Black women and single mothers. All right. So let's see. Captain Abandonment and the Hood Booger Hyena have falsely claimed that they sent me a cease and desist letter. Yet I have never received any official legal documentation from an actual attorney. If such a letter exists, I respectfully request it be shared with me so we can address it properly. What I have received, unfortunately, are unwanted deliveries, letters, packages, food, pest control services, and more, all sent by people harassing me, but no legitimate cease and desist.
Oh, okay. So that's I told you. She making it what she want to make. See how she say, "Oh, people who harassing me." Harassment sounds right to you. You know what I'm saying? I thought they have to be, on the phone with you and in person with you, sounds right. But now you're making harassment what you wanted to be. Oh, okay. No, they're talking about you.
I received a letter from someone named, and I put his name, but it wasn't on proper letterhead and was riddled with grammatical errors and lacked any legitimate legal jargon. It lacked business acumen. It didn't read like a real cease and desist, and he appeared to be located outside of Georgia and California. Unsure if he was an actual attorney, I reached out to him by phone and email for clarification, but got no response. I have proof of me calling and emailing him.
Okay, so that means still talk about them. Okay.
Let's block the idiots. You're not listening. Idiots not listening will get blocked. You're not hearing what's being said. We don't care about who he's dating, married to, none of that. No one is harassing anyone outside of the Hood Booger Hyena emailing me over and over and over again for 3 years, tormenting me, sending me these terrible emails. The only person that was being harassed here was me, and the person who was harassing me was the Hood Booger Hyena. That's it. That's the facts of the situation. Okay?
Nah, that's not the facts of the situation. The facts of the situation sounds right. You're supposed to been stop talking about them. That's the fact of the situation. You can't make this shit out to be what you wanted to be, but you're gonna find out the hard way.
All right. That's it. There's nothing else to it. It's that simple. No, regardless to how you try to spin it, it's just no there's no point in a restraining order. However, like I said, I don't care if he has one, right? Because I had no intention of being around him anyway. Doesn't matter to me. But a restraining order is not going to stop me from sharing my story.
Okay, we're gonna see. We're going to see. We're gonna see, Sansa Ray, because you're gonna fuck around and find out the hard way. Since you want to make it out to be what you wanted to be. Oh yeah.
And what he wants is to intimidate me, silence me, and stop me from sharing my story. And that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Already left him alone.
You don't want it to happen.
He could want me to not talk about my story.
You don't want it to happen because you want to keep on with the bullshit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sounds like he wants you to leave him alone and not talk about him anymore. Exactly, Mecca. Ed. Now see, Mecca over there, she floating a fine line with the rat. That's what she's doing. She is floating a fine line about the rat. First she was team rat, then she, you know what I'm saying? She's saying this right here. It sounds like he wants you to leave him alone and not talk about him anymore.
All day long, but it's not up to him.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't take care of his son.
See, she want to use that excuse. She want to use that excuse. Oh, he doesn't take care of his son, but he's paying child support. And nobody seemed to ask her, well, what else you expect him to do? He's 2,000 miles away. Remember what you just got done saying? Oh, I moved so I won't be around the bullshit 2,000 miles away on purpose. Yeah, we know that. We know that.
That's it. That's my story. That's not talking about him. That's me saying, I take care of my son by myself.
Okay. Take care of your son by yourself. That's all you got to do.
That's the problem. He thinks it's about him. It don't have nothing to do with him. I don't care about him. It don't have nothing. My story.
If you didn't care about him, you wouldn't talk about him.
Story is about me and my experience as a woman, as a mother, dealing with a child who has autism and raising him
No. Now you want to use autism in this shit. You weren't saying that shit before.
alone and dealing with people thinking that I was his father's mistress and all of the torment that I experienced because of that asshole. My stuff is not about him. My stuff is not about him. That's what, you know, of course he thinks it's about him. Why wouldn't he? He's vain. It has nothing to do with him. The bottom line, the point of the story is what? You want to go over it again? Y'all need to go over it again because I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again. And I'm sure you motherfuckers should know by now I shouldn't have to keep this.
Oh, now they motherfuckers. Now they motherfuckers. Boy. This same person that want y'all to donate to him. She call you all types of motherfuckers. Okay.
Keep saying this. I shouldn't have to keep saying it, but let's just go over it again one more time. The rise in single motherhood in the Black community is rooted in generational cycles, broken systems.
Oh my God. I actually want him to come up with this shit, man. I don't fast forward this bullshit, man. She want to make the shit out of what she want to be. Okay, keep on.
This is about me. It's the Sansa Ray Show. It's the Sansa Ray's channel, Sansa Ray's stories, Sansa Ray's experience. And this is what's happening to me. It's as simple as that. I can give people advice about life and things like that, but at the end of the day, this is what's happening to me. I show my transparency so people can understand. I'm sorry I'm going through this foolishness too, but let me share something with you, Mecca Ann, if you're still here. Had I made a better choice in man, I wouldn't be going through this. That's why I'm telling women.
Well, you need to hold yourself accountable.
That's why I tell every single fucking detail I can so you can know. If you get a little inkling, if you get a little whisper, and it tell you don't fuck with somebody that you're talking to, but you like them, you like their personality. If your gut or your intuition telling you to not talk to them, don't fucking talk to them. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let it go. I don't care how attractive you think they are. I don't care how many dates they sent you on. I don't care what they're saying, how well they treat you. It doesn't matter.
Once again, she wanted everybody to be like her, all fucked up. All fucked up. Because her shit ain't going right. Sansa ain't doing nothing. She don't want nobody else to do nothing. Oh, I'm trying to help Black women. Be like me.
If your gut or your intuition or your human instinct is telling you something is wrong with them a little bit, listen. Because had I just listened, I would not be going through this. I could have had a baby by someone who would have been an amazing father, who would still be loving me, who would still be my husband, who would actually stayed my husband, married me.
Oh my God. If that's the case, Sansa Ray, you will have somebody right now. So stop with the bullshit. Nobody ain't even trying to motherfucking marry your ass. All these fucking 8 engagements, bitch, you still ain't got one fucking ring. You're not wife material, Sansa Ray. You're trifling. You're trash. You ain't shit. You don't want to work. You don't want to do shit. Nobody want to marry a person like you, Sansa Ray. And this is what they got to deal with. You coming to the motherfucking internet all the time. You know? And she said, oh, what it could have been, but it wasn't.
He did everything that they said they was going to do. But I got stuck with a motherfucker who said he was going to do some shit and didn't. And
okay, that's his prerogative to change his fucking mind. He realized he had an ain't shit bitch.
Now tries to make it seem like he's the victim of a situation. Ladies.
Well, he's a victim of motherfucking shit, all this shit for 8 fucking years. Just because a motherfucker don't want to be with you, it should be 8 fucking years. You should be sitting here talking about him. It shouldn't. You know that.
Please, for the love of fucking God, be careful who you date. Be careful who you have kids with.
Sasha, it seems like everybody over there must be dating accordingly or married, you know what I'm saying, in a good situation. That's what it seems like, or in a good relationship, Sasha Ray. Because if they wasn't, they'll be over her alongside with you with your bullshit. Don't you think? So all this you trying to help black women, that's bullshit.
And instead of jumping from one relationship to another, practice celibacy between those relationships and make sure you heal from one relationship before you get to another, because then all you're going to do is choose the wrong guy again. And if you was abused as a kid, remember there are different forms of abuse. So when you've been abused in one type of way, maybe you've been physically abused, sexually abused, whatever the case is, you've been abused. So 9 times out of 10, the person that you are going to attract or that you attract to you has been abused themselves and is probably abusive. Usually when someone has abused, one or two things usually happens. Either they turn into an abuser themselves, or they try everything they can to stay away from abusers, but still end up with an abuser anyway. Because there are certain things that we consider familiar because we grew up with it. So sometimes where we feel extremely comfortable is the last place we need to be. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say about that. As someone who's been abused before, make sure you understand that there are different types of abuse. And if you were physically abused, sexually abused, drugs or alcohol, whatever the case is, verbally abused, financial abuse, whatever, there are different types of abuse. And just because you're not hit doesn't mean you weren't abused by someone. Someone lying to you and manipulating you is a form of abuse. Don't forget that. That in itself right there is a form of abuse. Someone stealing your choice from you where they lie to you about information, twist the truth to get you to do what they want you to do, get you to so they can control you. That's abuse. Just remember that. So every time you see some man start lying to you and you notice he lying about little shit, he abusive. They can start cheating on you and stuff. He abusive. Because anyone who does something to you, anyone who does something like cheats on you, knowing it will hurt you, they know what they're doing. They're abusive. But guess what? It's going to be people out there trying to convince you that they're not abusive. And when you defend yourself or you tell your story, they're going to make it seem like you the one abusive. You do it all the time. Y'all victim blame all the time. You try to get single mothers not to tell their story. You try to get women who were genuinely assaulted and hurt by someone not to say anything, or you try to tell her it's her fault because the way that she dressed, or she shouldn't have been out at a certain time, or whatever the motherfucking case is. You try to convince us that there's something wrong with us telling our stories. It's not. It will never be a day and age where it's a problem with me saying, yeah, I was in an abusive relationship with someone, didn't even realize I was in an abusive relationship until after this nigga left me to die in a hotel, then got on social media and made up all these lies about me instead of just telling the truth about our situation. All he had to do was get online, tell the truth. So now it leaves me to consistently have to defend myself all of the time, even on days I don't want to. Because just because it's not somebody in my chat being stupid right now doesn't mean that every other day I'm not hearing someone call me this dude's mistress when I was never his mistress, telling me that my son deserves autism and I deserve to be in here taking care of him by myself because that's my karma for fucking with somebody else's husband. Because his ass wanted to make it seem like that's what I was, when it was me telling him, listen, that's not the type of arrangement I want. So if you're trying to get married for real, let's get it done. He don't want to admit that type of shit. Okay? And that's not, listen, he want to do that. He got to deal with God on his own. But for me, no, nigga. No, nigga. You should have thought about what you know, nigga. No. You don't get my protection. Ever. Ever again. Especially now after this shit. Now you want to use the court system? Oh, my days of protecting this nigga is over. All he did was just make shit worse. He didn't make it better. He didn't scare me into the point to where I don't want to tell my story. I'm still going to tell it. It's still my story. It's not going anywhere. And that's what the problem is with a lot of people. They want to do fucked up shit to people and sweep it under the rug. No. No, some people are not going to put up with the shit.
All right. I mean, y'all, I know a lot of y'all at work right now. But we got a special edition for the next week live. So I want all 30 of y'all to do. We're gonna intermission. I want y'all to go over there, hit the like already, and hit the reminder button. So we're gonna go ahead and intermission. My mom's grab that link right there. Tell everybody to go over there and make sure they hit the reminder on that. Because you definitely want to have this right here on lock. Yeah, Triple X. Yeah. She drove herself to it. My mom's, make sure you grab that link. We finna intermission. Everybody go over there. Make sure you hit the live. Because you ain't gonna want to miss this right here for next week. Stay tuned. But we're gonna go ahead and intermission for a good 2 minutes. They get enough time for everybody to go over there, hit the like. All right, we're finna intermission right quick. All right, come on now. Let's see, we only got 3 people over there. Make sure y'all click the link right there. Where my mind's at, man? Make sure y'all click the link. Deposit mine just drop right there. They ain't gonna miss this right here for next week. So go to the link right there, hit the reminder button. So y'all be with the exclusive. You ain't gonna want to miss this. Y'all ain't gonna want to use this one, y'all. So make sure y'all go over there right now. Click the reminder button. I need to get 15 now. When you get 15, I know some of y'all at work are just gonna, whenever you get time, I playback watches. Make sure you click the link as well. Just for my playback watches, just go to the my main page. You're gonna see it posted. It's called We're Moving. That's right. So I need y'all to click that link. So y'all be in tune. Y'all won't miss out on this exclusive. All right, we got 6 people over there that went over there. Come on, we need 11 more. 11 more. So make sure I click the link. Yeah, just go to my page, my main page. You'll see it already set up. Make sure you hit the reminder on that. If you don't hit the reminder, you're gonna miss out. Pop the mind, just post it. Okay, we only got 8 people over there that did it so far. So we're gonna go ahead and get back into the show. While y'all that don't miss it, hey, that's on y'all. We gave plenty of enough time. So let's go ahead and give it back. Get back to the regular unscheduled program. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and get back to the regular unscheduled program. Yep. All righty.
People just aren't going to do it. But I mean, you fuck with the wrong person. You thought I was weak. Still think I'm weak. No. Mm-mm. And pulling other people into it, like I notice I don't have to do that. Like when I defend myself, I always just defend myself. I don't need other people to agree with me in order for me to defend myself.
Well, if you don't, Sasha Ray, why do you need a motherfucking crowd to help you, you know what I'm saying, make decisions? Why you need a crowd to sit here and tell you if you need to date them? Why you need a crowd to see if you sit here to see if you need to put them on child support? See how she motherfucking controlling all this bullshit narrative? She thought we wasn't there. She think we didn't see or hear this shit. Oh, okay.
I don't need people to do that. But anytime it has something to do with him, he tries to pull third parties into the situation. He tries to trick people that was in my past or my relatives or something or friends to believe something is wrong with me. My friends and family love me. You can't call them and try to convince them of, being on your side. What do you mean? You haven't seen your son. You know what I'm saying? That's all my family cares about.
Do your family know that you said that B and the baby don't need you? Nope.
So for me, it's like when you're dealing with someone who is the way that this dude is, like they hurt you, they act like you attacked them, especially in court. They accuse you of cheating, lying, or being unstable because that's exactly what they were doing. They claim you are abusive, crazy, or unfit, especially in custody cases when it's been them. They're filing bogus protection orders as retaliation or making themselves look like they're a victim. Shit like that. They do shit like that all the time. When people are doing this type of thing, don't get scared. Don't lose your mind. Don't be like, oh no. There's such thing as like coercive control, where it's like they're trying to subtly dominate your time, like controlling your schedule, who you see, what you wear, how you parent, things like that. These are things that was happening inside of the relationship, and now he's trying to do it outside of it. I'm not dealing no fear-based control over here. No threats, because that's all this is a threat. Trying to make my life hell, doing smear campaigns and shit, telling other people I'm crazy, I'm unstable, I'm vindictive. And so leaving me.
Sasha, that's a lie. We see it for ourselves, Sasha, that you ain't shit, then you fucked up in the head. We see that ourselves. He didn't have to say that.
To have to be like, okay, no, this is the truth. This is what really happened. I'm already like in a situation where I would have never been in it had I just not dated the dude. So I'm just telling women, don't date these motherfuckers. Like when you see that they a loser, just don't even, My son is out doing something he have never experienced before today, and I'm happy for him. He out having a good time. So I'm happy for him. Okay. Saying that new emails, new passwords, two-factor everything. Now, again, you might not be a content creator, so you don't have to deal with the stuff I deal with. But a lot of times I document everything, especially publicly, so people can know this is my story, this is what happened. If something happened to me, it's a documentation. It's my blog. It's right there. It documents everything that I have experienced. Place. All right, that will bring you back to reality. So the day that you decide to leave, or when you know for sure that you want to leave, write yourself a letter. Say, dear me, legally abusing you, whatever the case is, it nothing, because they know it's power in you speaking. Just remember that. Okay? Gotta go.
Hey, beautiful people.
All right. Like I said, I hope everybody hit the link for next week. Let me see. Anybody gonna come up and state the claim right quick? We got 4-5 minutes. If not, you know what I'm saying? We finna be out. Right. There's no power in lies. Exactly. None whatsoever. Justice ain't in school, y'all. The dude is not in school. I believe he's just going to therapy sessions. That's what I believe was happening to him. And he probably seemed like he only going there probably like 3, maybe 4 days out the week. Yep. Right, God bless. That's what she gonna fix to tell the judge. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Yeah, I think he's just going to get therapy sessions. That's it. Yeah. All right. Other than that, probably in between, I might go live, do a quick live, you know what I'm saying, between now and the next scheduled live. But like I said, y'all need to hit that reminder, click the like as well. How many likes we got on this video before we get out of here? My mom's give me a tally on the likes right quick. I didn't even ask for that during the program. Because boy, oh boy. Let the rat tell it. Let the rat tell it. 26 likes. Oh, it's 26. I see we got 26 people. Yeah. We got 26 likes. Oh, okay. Well, he's picking at 30 today. That's cool. All right. Until then, everybody stay up.